Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. It's 12:36. Good afternoon. This is Derek Dodge with Interstate Roofing. I'm conducting a repair attempt. We're here at the Monday residence, 326 Brooke Wood Drive, Peachtree City, Georgia. We're on the rear-facing slope. This is the first repair. It is December 3rd, 2024. So what we're going to be doing today is attempting a repair to see whether or not this roof is repairable. As you can see, I have identified the wind damage shingle as denoted by the X, and then the course of shingle that it belongs to. Of an other important note, in the two courses above, we don't have any other wind damage. This is about a 18-20-year-old roof. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be removing the wind damage shingle. The way to do that is to break the tar strips on these two because it hasn't been broken, as well as the two courses above. Then we're going to be removing the nails that fasten this down to the roof, removing the wind damage shingle, replacing it with a like and kind quality shingle, fastening it back down to the roof, and then inspecting to see if consequential damage has happened as a result of the repair. Like I said, of important note, in the two courses adjacent, there is currently no damage. We picked this shingle on purpose so that we can get a really accurate reading of whether or not the roof is repairable. I'm going to be using a flat pry bar to break the adhesive tar strips and then pull the nails out, and then I'm going to be using a magnetic hatchet to fasten the nails down. I don't use a snake. Thing is if a roof's not repairable, it's not repairable no matter what tool you use. I understand the concept with the snake because you don't have to lift the shingles very high to hammer the nails down. The issue is that you're just trading damage for damage. So when you use a mag hatch, if it's not repairable, the damage will surface in these two courses above. If it's not repairable and you use a snake, it's going to happen down here, because the idea with a snake is that the nail is here and where you're hammering is here. But because you're not hammering directly down, you actually have to apply so much more force when you're swinging, and that'll cause abrasions and bruising and blistering to the shingles. So you're breaking them here if it's not repairable. So this is a speed square. The reason why I'm holding this is because I'm not going to use a snake. I want you guys to know that I can still perform these repairs without lifting shingles above a 45-degree angle. So speed squares we use in all sorts of applications in construction. What I'm going to be using for it with this is to determine what 45 degrees is. As you can see, this is the pivot point here. 45 degrees is right here. So if I'm putting it here, 45 is right in the center. 90 degrees is right here. This is the infamous 90 degrees that all adjusters say we lift the shingles to. I assure you I will not. So let's show you what a 45-degree angle looks like. So 45 degrees looks like this. So go ahead and take this as an opportunity to screenshot. Let me move the camera so you can see 45. Let me go to right here, because this is going to be probably the point of view that you're going to see. So this is 45 degrees. We don't have to worry about lifting this higher than 45 because it's already wind damaged shingle. It's the one we're going to replace. So I will do it again once I replace the shingle. Once I put a new one in, I will go back up to a 45 degrees so you can have another opportunity to take a screenshot. I do not need to lift these shingles higher than that. So now that I have explained what I'm going to do, let me just go ahead and do it. First thing that we have to do is break the tar strips. It's chilly out today, but it's not too cold. It's about 50 degrees. Manufacturer requires that you install shingles in temperatures higher than 40 degrees. So we have done that, or we are going to do that. Did I get that one all the way? Okay. It's going to take me longer to explain what I'm doing than it is for me to actually do the repair. I'm able to remove the nails and not lift these shingles very high at all. Another reason why I like to use a mag hatch instead of a roofing snake is a mag hatch, the way you kind of slap it down onto the roof, it enables you to match the pitch of the roof. So that way you don't have anything buried. The shingles don't get broken by the angle in which you nail it down. Like this. When this was installed, the guy used a gun, which is the thing you should use. You should use a gun, but if you don't, that's really in there. If you angle it the wrong way, then it becomes buried like it just was, and it becomes kind of a nightmare for the next guy to take care of. I believe I removed all the nails, so this should just be able to... Nope, I did not, clearly. Where did I miss? I missed it somewhere. We don't want to lift these shingles too high or too much, so we don't want to overtly manipulate them, but I can't see where the nail is, so maybe it's just stuck down. Let me try again. It doesn't look like there's any nails in it. Yeah, there we go. No blowouts. So all the nails are, I was just kind of stuck. So before I put the new shingle in, I want to have a photo report documenting what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and do that. We take overviews, close-ups. We can kind of see the beginnings of damage, but I'm not going to make my determination just yet. So we've got a, oh, thank you. We've got a like in kind quality shingle. This is an organic 3-tab composition, 25-year shingle. We use our chalk lines to match up. So now that we've got that in, I'm gonna take this, like I said, again, I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to show you what 45 degrees is, so that way you guys know that I'm not lifting these higher. This is a brand new shingle, so we don't have to worry about lifting it up. I'll make a demonstration later. So this is 45. Let me back out, pan out like that, so you can see that's a 45-degree angle. You can see that there's a lot of pliability in the shingle. So we take my trusty mag hatch. Oh, that's a bent one. Let's use a good nail. How about that? So, not lifting the shingles above a 45, and I'm sure you adjusters have watched, you know, hundreds of these videos. I'm able to get the nail, set it in one, get it done in two strikes. So if you've watched snakes, these guys are taking a lot longer and they're hitting a lot more. So you're doing more, you're causing more stress to the shingle, especially when they're old and brittle. You don't want to cause extra stress to the shingle. So I'm able to, you know, set it in one. Oh, that's not good. I'm able to set it in one. Is that okay? Good. Make sure that that's not bent. Oh, that isn't good. Oh, it was bent. It was bent and it didn't look like it. Get rid of it. Get a new nail. There we go. There we go. I'm able to nail it, not hit the shingle. There we go. Still not lifting the shingle more than a 45-degree angle. I've got one more nail. Okay. Okay. So that's in there. We've got that done. Let's go ahead and take a picture. Overviews, close-ups. Yeah, you can see creasing in the shingles. So I didn't use gloves for the repairs, but I'm gonna put gloves on here now. So I'm seeing signs of consequential damage. And what I mean by consequential damage is I see the fiberglass matting in the shingle is fractured. So let me explain, because I don't want to say anything that I can't prove, and I want to have a control. So this is a brand new shingle, very pliable. It's got a 25-year lifespan. So I've heard adjusters say if you lift any shingles at a 45-degree angle, you're going to get granule loss, and that's not true. So let's make sure that there's nothing there now. So let's take our speed square. Let's go to 45 degrees. We're there. When I let it drop down, you can see how slow it's coming back down. That suggests that the matting is still intact and there's a lot of pliability because there's tension in the shingle. So when I wipe my hands across the top, you can see that there's absolutely no granule loss whatsoever. So when a shingle's new, it's pliable, so it's not gonna have anything. So that's the control, right? And when we go a little bit higher, that's a 65-degree angle. Let it drop down. You see how slow it comes back down. Let's go ahead and lift it like that. Let's get crazy with it. Let's do the thing that adjusters say we always do when we're not really doing it. Let's go to the 90-degree angle. So we're at 90 right there. You see how slow it's still coming down. It's still pliable. So this is indicative of the fact that this shingle is good, right? So we know that I didn't lift shingles above a 45-degree angle, but I can see clear signs of matting has been fractured. So what do I mean by the matting is fractured? So shingles are made of 3 components: fiberglass, which is the bones, asphalt, which is what makes the roof waterproof, and then granules, which is the aggregate between the roof and the UV rays. These things protect the roof from the sun, from the outer version of it. So when fiberglass matting is fractured, it causes a crack in the shingle, which then causes the granules to dislodge. And when the granules are dislodged, we get creases like a wind damaged shingle. It's exactly what happens. The adhesive tar strip breaks, the shingles go like this, like a sticky note flapping in the wind, and that causes the matting to fracture, the granules to dislodge, and then we get this crease. So you can see right here, we've got the beginnings of a crease. Now, I didn't lift these shingles above a 45. The first thing that I want to look for when I'm looking to see if a shingle has suffered consequential damage is I check its pliability. This feels like a sticky note. There's no tension whatsoever. I just let it go. It falls right down. And you can see the crease. You can see that it's formulating even larger across the center. So because I lifted this to a 45 and I wiped my hands across and we saw that the matting wasn't fractured, so it was okay to do it. This looks like the matting is fractured, so if I wipe my hand across, we will see the crease even more pronounced. So this is indicative that the matting was fractured, the granules had dislodged, and this is just the manifestation of the fiberglass matting fracturing. So we can see here, let's look here, you can see this is like a sticky note. Let me drop it a little bit. You can see it's just falling. You can see the granules already dislodged and coming out. So me wiping my hands across the top isn't causing the crease. The crease is already there. Me wiping my hands is just showing you the extent of the crease and the fracturing. So we wipe our hands across the top and we can see, look at that. Like as clear as day, this is damaged. We can see right here as well. We wipe our hands across the top. We can see clear as day another crease. So, and there's also cracking and tearing in this shingle. So let's look at the other ones. So this one, it feels like there's some tension, but not a lot. Let's wipe our hands across. Yeah, you can see, look at that. So the granules have dislodged because of the matting fracturing. So this is a fail as well. This one looks, oh yeah, look at that. I'm just, sticky note, total crease. So this is a fail as well. This one looks pretty good. Yeah, so there's a little bit of granule loss, but it's not a clear crease. So I would actually say this one passes. This one, this is, you know, there's no